We would like to introduce now Mr. Joao Korngold, who will be giving a brief lecture entitled Rescue Work and Disobsession Meetings. Mr. Korngold has a Bachelor's of Science and a Master's in Business Administration. He's one of the founders and directors of the Spiritist Group of New York and the Spiritist Alliance for Books. He has been a Spiritist for more than 16 years and has been one of the directors of the Mediumship Meeting for the past 8 years. He's also responsible for the Sundays Study Group at the Spiritist Group of New York that focus on the basic books of Spiritism and on the André Luiz collection. Joao Korngold is an engineer and has been working as a banker for the past 20 years. Welcome, Mr. Korngold.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I told Susanna that she could take some of my time, so it was not fair to her that to start putting music to throw her away from here. I'll try to do mine in time. So we're going to talk about mediumship meeting and the work of disobsession and the work of assisting or rescuing spirits. I will call your attention to the very beautiful drawings that represent the books, scenes from the books of André Luiz, of the André Luiz collection, and you'll see many of those drawings, and you really should take a look at the drawings. They are so amazing. If you just want not to notice what I'm talking here, it doesn't really matter. If you look at the drawings, you'll see. Of course, when we talk about mediumship and disobsession, we are going to refer, goes forward, backward, here we are, to the books of André Luiz and the work of Emmanuel, besides the Medium's book, which is the basic book of mediumship in Spiritism. But throughout the André Luiz collection, in the books such as Nosso Lar, Workers of Light, the Life Eternal, in the domain of mediumship, and some of the books of Divaldo Franco, like Obsession, we will see many cases helping us learn how to deal with the work of rescuing spirits of the work or the work of disobsession. When, in the words of André Luiz, each Spiritist center should have a team of workers prepared to work in the task of disobsession, at least to preserve and defend the Spiritist center itself. Because whenever you are receiving victims of spiritual disorientation, people that come looking for help and assistance, these people are bringing together with them spirits that need our assistance and our help. So we should have always a day dedicated to the work, at least a day dedicated to the work of disobsession, of rescuing. But also, in the words of Emmanuel, we have to remember that both the obsessed and the obsessor are our brothers and sisters that need our help, that need our dedication to help them overcome their difficulties. It's like a family, as he says here, and we are always trying to help our families, which is the most difficult task we have in our incarnation, right? But we are there to try to help our families, and we should think of these obsessors or obsessed persons as our family in need of assistance, in need of help. In the mediumship meeting, what you see here, normally those that are in a mediumship meeting see only our incarnate brothers and sisters. But there is a whole team and a whole work being done besides the work that is being done that we can see in the physical plane. And as we can see here again in these beautiful drawings, here is the meeting with the spiritual assistance and you see all the work that is being done in the spiritual plane, selecting the spirits that are going to be assisted, helping the spirits that are going to be assisted, and the spirits, connecting the spirits with the mediums, and preparing the ambient, and also working on all the spiritual assistance. Actually, their work on the other side is much larger than we can imagine, and also much larger than our own work in the physical plane. Now, we have to remember some basic guides that the spirit that is communicating, wherever if he's persecutor or he's disturbed, it's someone that is ill and should be treated with respect and with affection, like we would treat someone that is sick here in the physical plane that we are going to assist. And the Disobsession team should consider themselves as nurses in a hospital, assisting and helping with kindness and affection these needy spirits. Most of the times, these are cases that are dramas that go for centuries, and through the counseling, we can ask them and assist them to forgive, sending vibrations of love, of hope, of harmony, and this whole ambient will surround the spirits with what they need in order to overcome this process that has been, in many cases, that has been going on for so long. In the book, In the Domain of Mediumship, there is an example of a spirit that is being treated, and André Luiz follows the case from the spiritual side. This book, The Domain of Mediumship, is the best book for if you want to understand the mediumship meeting from the spiritual side, how it works. It is a wonderful work by André Luiz and Chico Xavier. The spirit is connected to the medium without understanding really where he is and what's happening to him, but we see the team, unfortunately it's a little dark there, but anyway, we see the team of spiritual workers, the counselor, and that's the perispirit of the medium, separating a little bit itself to give space to the spirit to talk and communicate and give the communication. And the spirit is, in this case, is shown a picture of what happened, a kind of a short movie of what happened in the last moments of his physical life, and why he finds himself in that state, and is helped recognizing his mistake, and is helped from there. Oops. Yes, a very important case that can cause obsession is addictions. Again, in another book from Francisco Xavier, Voltei, or Return, by Brother Jacob, they give nice examples of how the victims connect themselves, the obsessors connect themselves with the victims, and the work that the spiritual team does to rescue them. I'm already seeing everyone, so it means that my time is running out, right? They're kicking me out very soon, right? When the music starts, I start singing maybe. And Life Goes On, which is another great book that talks about liberation and regret. We can see a spirit being rescued, and seeing a loved one, which in this case was his mother, is what makes him understand the regret, what he has gone through. In the book Sex and Destiny, it's another of the books of André Luiz that talks about, again, about this, the moral imperfections that lead us to these cases of obsession. And if the slides move, we can move. Prayer is also very important. We have to remember that to create an ambient of love and of understanding is fundamental on any work of disobsession and of rescue that we do. And we see that the spirits that are there are our brothers and sisters that need our help, and we are going to finish with some words from Emmanuel, the spiritual guide of Francisco Xavier, that in the field of mediumship, do not forget that a duty correctly fulfilled is the compass that will propitiate you the right direction. In this manner, even if you feel imperfect and unbalanced, unhappy or ill, make good use of your mediumistic forces, assisting and enlightening, aiding and serving in the assistance to your fellow beings, because the good that you do will come back from the others to your own road as a blessing of God to shine upon you. From Emmanuel, Seara dos Médiuns in Mediumship. And I beat the music. Thank you very much.